Assalamualaikum. Our group will be present Chapter 6 Inheritance and Interface. Okay, next is our group member. So the first one we have Muhammad Iman Hazid bin Muhammad Hakim. The number matrix is B1224256. The second member is Idina Asilah binti Muhammad Nizam. Number matrix is B1224222. The last one is me, Muhammad Razi Nukail bin Shamsul Karnain. My matrix number is B1224258. Next, I will pass to Iman.
So we move on to explain our table of contents in this presentation. So in this presentation, we actually contains introduction and objective of inheritance and interfacing in programming. Also inheritance concepts, and following by method overloading and overriding, and also constructors and polymorphism, abstract class, interface, and our conclusion of this presentation. So without further ado, I will start with the introduction and objective of this presentation first. First, let's start with the introduction. So we actually know that inheritance and interface are the core concept in object-oriented programming. They are mainly used to improve reusability, and flexibility. Instead of writing the same code again and again and again, we can actually reuse the existing code and extend it to create new features. This makes our programs easier to maintain and understand. So, do you guys understand about the introduction? That was a short one introduction. So we know that the inheritance and interface actually is the core concept of object-oriented programming. If we want to simplify our program to make it more usability and flexibility, we have to input the method of inheritance and interface in programming in our programs. So I will explain about the concept of inheritance first. Assalamualaikum and good day everyone. My name is Muhammad Iman Hazid bin Muhammad Hakim and my metric number is B122420056. So today I will be presenting about inheritance and interface in Java, which are two very important concepts in object-oriented programming, which are known as OOP. So these two concepts help programmers to write cleaner, more organized, and reusable code, which is very important when developing large software systems. So, without further ado, I will explain our introduction and objective of this presentation today. So first of all, obviously we have to learn about the inheritance subclasses and superclasses. We can also explore how to override methods and of a superclasses, and also examine how constructors of superclasses and subclasses works together. Became familiar with protected member of a class and also learn about polymorphism, polymorphism and interfaces. So I will explain the introduction first in the next slide. Let's move on to the concept of inheritance in programming. This might be a long explanation, but I will make it short as possible. So, inheritance actually represent is a relationship. This means that one class is specialized version of another class. So we have three example of class in this session. So first one is private members. Subclasses. Private members is a subclasses that cannot directly access private members of the superclasses. For the second one, public members. Public members is a subclasses that can directly access to the public members. And protect members. protected members actually declared as protected that can be accessed directly by subclasses but remain hidden from other non-related classes. So we take an example in real life. So I can say that a circle is a shape or a student is a person. So in Java, the class that provide properties and methods is called as the superclasses or parent classes. So are the classes that I explained earlier. The class that receive these properties and methods is called the subclass or child class. So the subclass automatically inherits inherits the fields and methods of the superclasses. So we have the rules of inheritance. So we explain it shortly. So the rules of inheritance in Java is only single inheritance is supported in one program. So this means a subclasses can extend only one superclasses because Java does this to avoid confusion and complexity such as method conflicts, or we can also apply inheritance to use the extend keyword, the extend in our program. So I will explain an example, but I can show you the example. So let's say that we actually write on the program class circle extends shape. So this means that shape is the superclasses and circle is the subclasses. This means that circle inherits all public and protected methods from the shape class, such as drawing or calculating the area. Instead of writing the same code again and again, we can actually reuse it, right? So that's all for the concept of inheritance. I give it as simple as possible. Thank you very much.
Next, I will explain overriding versus overloading. Overloading, the definition means multiply methods in the same class with the same name but a different parameter list proposed to perform a similar task with a different types of amount data. So, for example, we have a print open bracket and close bracket. That means no with a method with no parameters. The second one we have print open bracket string message and close bracket method with one parameter. Okay, so next I will explain the overriding. The definition means a subclass will provide a specific implementation for a method that already defined is in its a superclass. Rules must have a same name and exactly the same parameters. Key, key tools. The alias override automation is used to ensure the method signature match the superclass. To make it simple, method overloading means the same method name but the different parameters. Method overriding means a same method name, same parameters but different implementation. Okay, next, the super keyword and overriding. A super keyword used in a subclass to call the constructor or method of a superclass. So besides is a coding example of a super keyword. To make it simple, a super keyword is used to access a parent class method or variable. A method overriding is used to change how the method works in a child class. Next, I will pass to Irdina.
Hi everyone, I am Edina. I will lead the final part of our presentation starting with abstract classes. As you can see in the coding example, an abstract method is a unique method that has no body. It only has a header and end with a semicolon. It acts as a promise that any subclass you create later will provide the actual code. The main rule here is that if a class contains even one abstract method, the class itself must be declared abstract because these classes are incomplete blueprint, they cannot be used to create object directly. The purpose is to act as a rigid blueprint for other classes to follow. Next, we have the interface. This is a powerful tool used to solve the issue of multiple inheritance. In Java, a class cannot have two father or multiple superclasses. To bypass this, we use interfaces. And interfaces is a type of class that contain only abstract method and constants. In our code example, the full-time employer class implements the employer interface. It follows a contract by providing the actual calculation for the wages method, which is in this case is 4,000. Finally, I will explain composition, which is often called has a relationship. This is different from inheritance, while inheritance is a relationship, like a circle is a shape. Composition is a relationship where a class contains objects of other classes as its member. Look at the personal info example. This class does not inherit from anywhere. Instead, it has a person object and date object inside it. This allows us to combine simple part to build a more complex system. To wrap our group presentation, inheritance allows us to reuse code by letting subclass inherit and specialize members. Method overriding gives us a flexibility to redefine behavior while keeping the same method signature. Polymorphism allows a superclass reference to point to different subclass objects through let binding. Abstract class and interface serve as an incomplete blueprint and straight contract. And composition offer an alternative way to link classes through containment. That's all from our group. Thank you.